Don't be worried, she won't say anything. Why? Because she doesn't want her brothers to find out either that she's committed the sin. Kill the child. He kills the child. Time passes and the shaitan whispers, surely you can't trust her. She's got nothing to lose. You're the man with respect. Everybody respects you because you're a saint. You're a holy man. You're known for your piety and your worship. She's got nothing to lose. Now, this whisper, and he kills this girl, and he buries her together with her child, and he returns to his place of worship. Few days pass, and these brothers return. They come to the priest, and he makes up a story that your sister was a very pious woman, and she's passed away. They return to their home, and that very night, the shaitan comes to all three brothers in the dream, and he relates the reality of what had happened. Next morning, all three brothers come to the priest, and he in turn confesses and relates the truth. This is exactly what had happened. He's taken to the king and he's sentenced to death. He's standing there, and the shaitan comes for a final time. And he says that I was the one that whispered all this evil and made you commit this evil. And I am the one that can save you. All you've got to do is renounce the Allah that you believe in, that has created you. If you renounce the kalima, then I will save you from this punishment. He renounces the kalima and becomes a kafir. This is where the shaitan, as you'd say, does a leg. Now look, from the biggest worshipper of his time, he ends up becoming a kafir. He planned it in stages, and before he even knew it, he's out of the fold of Islam. I'm sure you know who Qarun was. Do we have a Hafiz here? Even if we have, you'll pretend we haven't. Inna Qarun kana min qawmi Musa. Qarun, before he was led astray, he used to live on a mountain. And he was, yet again, one of the most pious people from amongst the Bani Israel, the children of Israel. For 40 years, he worshipped Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. 40 years alone on a mountain. The little shayateen came to Iblis, that we've tried many a time to lead this guy astray, but he's so powerful from the inside. We just can't succeed. The gaffer said, leave it to me. And the shaitan goes to this mountain, and he takes a form of a human being, and he begins to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with Qarun on the same mountain. He begins to worship Allah so much that he begins to make Qarun look silly. The narration says, وَجَعْلَ قَارُونَ يُفْطِرْ وَهُوَ لَا يُفْطِرْ. That the Qarun would fast, and he would open his fast in the evening. The shaitan would fast, and he wouldn't open his fast. He would continue his fast for the next day. Qarun would worship, and he would take rest. The shaitan would worship and not take rest. When Qarun began to feel inferior, the shaitan whispered, Ya Qarun, أَرَزِيتَ بِذَا لَا تَشِرْ لِبَنِي إِسْرَائِيل جَنَازَةً وَلَا جَمَاعَةً. O Qarun, are you happy with this? That you don't even participate in the janazah of the Bani Israel or read with jama'ah? This way, he took him off the mountain to a place of worship. Now the shaitan and Qarun together would pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in a place of worship. They would pray there, and in the evening their murids, the people would bring food and leave it for them in their place of worship. Time passes and the shaitan says to him, Ya Qarun, أَرَزِيتَ بِهَذَا سِرْنَا كَلًّا عَلَى بَنِي إِسْرَائِيل. Are you happy that we have become a burden on the people of Israel, that they are providing for us? So now they decide to work one day. نَكْسِبْ يَوْمًا وَنَتَعَبَّدْ بَقِيَّةَ الْجُمُعَةِ. That we will work one day and we will worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the remainder, 6 days. Time passes. And now the shaitan says to Qarun, "O Qarun, what type of worship is this? That we're not able to help the poor, help the miskeen, help the fakir. We are not able to donate. We have no money. Let us work one day and let us worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala one day." Now they start working one day and they start worship to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala one day, and this is where the shaitan leaves him alone. As soon as Qarun starts working every second day, and the dust starts coming in, and the dunya is open before Qarun, the dunya takes Qarun inside and he's led astray. Look how he led Qarun astray. If this was the situation of Qarun, those that lived on mountains and worshipped Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for over 40 years, if this is their downfall, what chance have you and I got? That is only if we remain ignorant with regards to the way the shaitan works. And the way he deceives a person. The way he tricks a person. The way he confuses a person and leads him astray. If we remain ignorant with regards to this, then you and I have got no chance. You've got to remember, this guy was always a big timer. You know, some of us pretend to be big timers. In reality, there's nothing there. You know, upper says it, show power. And when the time comes, we're the first ones to do a legger. This guy was not one of them phony big timers. This guy was a big timer. So big that you can't even imagine how big this guy was. The mal'oon, the cursed one. Some ulama say that he was from amongst the angels. Not only was he from amongst the angels, the ulama say, he was from amongst the best angels of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. His name was Harith. He ruled over the first heavens. And he was one of those in charge of the Jannah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is how big of a timer he was. While some ulama say, he was not from amongst the angels. He was from amongst the jinn. The jinn used to live on this earth. Around 2,000 years, they lived on the earth before Hazrat Adam alayhi salatu wassalam. And they spread fitna, corruption, evil, and committed sin. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent the angels to take care of these jinn. Now he was from amongst those that was captured and taken back to the heavens. And he remained with the angels, and he began to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with the angels, till he surpassed and really became a big timer. So irrespective to what he was, whether he was an angel or whether he was from amongst the jinn, though I'm inclined towards the latter, because of the verse of the Quran that says, Kana min al-jinn, that he was from amongst the jinn. This guy thought he was it. I'm the man. The only reason I'm using these words is because many of us use exactly the same words in our dialect and on the street, and we behave exactly in the same manner as this shaitan used to behave. This guy thought he was it. I'm the man. Mr. Cool. Because of my knowledge, because of my worship, nobody can worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala like me. Allah's made me in charge of the heavens. Allah must have done this because I'm something special. So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created our father Hazrat Adam alayhi salam, and he ordered him to prostrate before Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam, he said, "Oh Allah, too right, I'm going to bow down before Sayyidina Adam. I'm the man. Am I going to bow down before Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam? You've khalaqtani min nar. You've created me from fire. And you've created Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam from mitti, from the earth." He said, mitti is not down before Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, فَخْرُجْ مِنْهَا فَإِنَّكَ رَجِيمٌ. Pack bags, out you get from Jannah. The reason I've related this is where the war between good and evil started. This is where the war between the shaitan and the man started. When he refused to bow down before Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam, he wanted to get his back. Now our mother and father, Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam,